I made every entity for the Hotel Plus update for Roblox doors out of candy. I started with Dupe, a new entity who pretends to be the next door. However, when you try to open this door, Dupe pops out and attacks you instead. I'm actually something of a god gamer, and I've never fallen for Dupe. Since Dupe always generates behind a fake door, I will make that first, out of 2 rows of chocolate. There we go. I don't have anything to make a sign out of. Pretend there's one there. But I'll add this smaller piece of chocolate as a doorknob. For the actual Dupe, I started with these flat pieces of licorice. Unfortunately, they are too small, so I will need to lick them to stick them together. This will be hard, since licorice is the most disgusting candy in existence. The lengths I'll go to make content. Lick the subscribe button. Okay, now I stuck the licorice together. I got these candy teeth and cut off the gums, because Dupe doesn't have gums. Neither do I. Finally, I need to make eyes out of white chocolate. The wiki says it has a single pair of eyes, but it kind of looks like it has 4 to me. So I added 4 eyes, 2 smaller ones at the top and 2 longer ones at the bottom. Now that Dupe's done, I put the fake door on top of it so that it can hide behind it. Perfect! It looks identical to the game. Next, I made Jeff. Who's Jeff? That's a weird name. Jeff is a perfectly normal name for an ominous black void with 2 glowing eyes that stare at you from the darkness. He'll also sell you stuff for coins. What an entrepreneurial spirit. Jeff is a pretty easy entity to make out of candy. I got another one of those flat licorice pieces and put 2 white marshmallows on top to make the eyes. Done! I'm also going to make the 2 most expensive items in Jeff's shop, the skeleton key and the crucifix. First, I'll make the skeleton key. I started with a candy cane I had left over from Christmas. Next, I bought these skull-shaped candies online. Oh wait, I didn't, because they'll take 4 weeks to arrive and I need them today. Instead, I made my own skull out of icing and stuck it on the end of the candy cane. Yeah, the key doesn't have those things at the bottom of most keys, but that's fine, I don't care. Next, I made the crucifix, the only item in the game that can banish entities. Definitely can get rid of 100% of them, no exceptions. Look, let me use it on Figure, thereby stopping it in its tracks and letting me get as close as I want. Yeah! Okay, so it turns out that Figure and Seek are only temporarily slowed by the crucifix, not banished. Unfortunately. To make the crucifix, I got some crackers. Wait, where are the crackers? Okay, I guess I'll make the crucifix out of chocolate instead. I broke off some pieces to make it into the right shape, and there, that's a crucifix. That works. Next, I made Void, an entity that teleports you back to the group when you go too slowly. This never happens to me. I'm just too quick at the Since Void is invisible and doesn't have a body, I made a candy version of it out of nothing. This is probably the most accurate candy version I've ever made. In Jeff's shop, there's 2 other entities. I'll make them next. The first one is El Goblino. I've heard that name somewhere before, but I'm sure it's not important. El Goblino looks like a small red goblin. I don't have small red goblin candies. Weirdly, that's not something you can buy very easily. However, I do have a chocolate frog, and goblins look a bit like frogs, so this will be our starting point. Why does he have a guitar? Nah, it's fine. Using icing, I'll give him glowing yellow eyes and a big red nose to make him look more like El Goblino. There! Bob is the other entity in Jeff's shop. He's not really alive, given that he's just a skeleton, and he doesn't answer you. Again, he's just a skeleton. I'll start with his skull, making it out of icing just like the skeleton key. But this time, I'm gonna add a black baseball hat, looking swag. Next, I have to make his body. I got this stack of long white candies. This should make all the bones perfectly. Let me just unwrap it first. Oh, so I got 5 more of those and didn't unwrap them and just positioned them into a vaguely skeleton shape. Wow, what a realistic skeleton. Don't they look the same? Next up is an entity that might not even be a real entity. I can't tell because I'm not good enough to have ever gotten up to it. Snare is an entity that only appears in the greenhouse levels, the last 10 levels of the hotel floor. When you step on it, it grows spikes which stab you in the foot. This hurts a little bit. So understandably, you're unable to move for a few seconds. I made a few snares by starting with these chocolate lumps. They're pretty much perfect for an unactivated snare. One of them will have been activated, and to do that, I got some shards of white chocolate and stuck them on top. This one's gonna hurt when I have to eat it. I haven't made guiding light yet, as my viewers have so kindly reminded me many times. So I'll make that next. Light is kind of hard to make out of candy, but since it's light blue, any light blue candy should work. I got these blue jelly beans and threw them on a plate. There, guiding light. With that, I've now finished every entity from Roblox doors. Time to eat them. What? I already made all the original entities in my first video. Watch that here. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to eat the subscribe button. Thanks to my patrons for supporting this channel. Become a patron to give me money. What? The rooms? What are those supposed to be?